Thank you. So I will talk about my tool that is meant to convert web pages to PDFs, as Go said, and we don't have much time, so I will just start. So what do we want to achieve? I want to make PDFs that are suited for ebook readers, smartphones or tablets, and also for printing. So you can just use this script on any web page to load images. It removes various stuff from the pages like ads, menus, banners and such stuff, and it extracts only text of the page and it converts it to LaTeX, and then it automatically makes PDF file without any need to manual handling of the text file. Why? Because I am known for text for HT, which does the other way. It converts HTML or LaTeX to HTML or EPUB and other stuff, and I needed some side project, so I thought, why not try this one? And I have an ebook reader, and I don't find the default rendering quite good, so I said that maybe LaTeX could be used to create some nice documents that I could read, and another option is for archiving web pages and, for example, for printing them. So this is the archiving, and the last is because we can, and I think it's fun. So I will show you how to use this Rmodepdf command that is basically just Lua script that calls some commands that will remove the elements from the web page. Then my Lua XML library that can post-process HTML and convert it to LaTeX. And I also created two packages that are useful not only for this task, but you can use them also in your own projects. And one is for responsive design with LaTeX. That means that you can create like classes or packages that where you can define that based on the page dimensions. You can select different font sizes and other elements, and another package prevents overflow boxes in paragraphs. These are important for the automatic transformation without need to manual. Yeah. So how do we convert HTML? Rmodepdf extracts text from pages and removes ads and menus, and it can be configured using Lua to support the different pages, because for most pages you will need to make some adjustments, but using this Lua script, but this can be then reused on that web page for other pages. It's not on CTAN, it's only on my GitHub, so here is the address. And if you want to see what I mean by the reader mode, this is an example page how it looks in Firefox, and this is how it looks in the reader mode in Firefox, which works in the same way as the script. It removed all banners and menus, and it's just text and images that are in the document text. So there are several projects for the reader mode on the command line. one of them is for JavaScript, then for Python, and the last one, RDAR is a C command that's portable and it's really fast. So I tried all of these, and then I finished with this C library, which can be easily used from Lua and LuaTeX. So how do we load and transform HTML files? I wrote HTML parser for Lua XML because HTML, even if it looks similar to XML, it's a bit different. So I had to make a new library, and now you can work with HTML files in Lua XML in the same way as you can work with XML files, and so you can parse XML to a DOM object, and then you can delete the elements, add new elements, change everything, and with the Lua XML transfer library, you can then transfer this DOM to any output. Currently, we support HTML. Oh no, LaTeX. So now I will quickly show you the usage of the script. So the basic use is just a list of URLs. It will make one PDF file for all URLs that you pass. You can also pass local files, not only like web pages, and you can also read from the standard input, but you need the base URL option. I'm going fast, but I will, in the end, show you address to the HTML version of this presentation with some additional handout with additional information, and this is how looks the PDF file that is created from the web page that I showed you before. So the script gets some metadata, and it creates also table of contents from sections used in the HTML file. By default, the script automatically compiles the document. It detects how many times it needs to run. But if you want to get the text source, you can use the P option. You can also give it the O option to give it another name, because by default the name is based on title of the document. And you can also set like a paper style, paper dimensions, and document style from the command line. But you can also change these from the configuration script. And by default, it downloads images to images. Image subfolder of the current path. So if you want to use, for example, some temporary directory, you can use the I option, and there are some other options. One which is interesting is that it can detect LaTeX math in the HTML files. So if you use mathjax in the HTML and the LaTeX source is in the HTML code, it will process it and render math using LaTeX. So with capital N option, you can disable this option if it leads to errors, and the capital R option will disable removing of elements from the HTML file. So now we go to the Lua configuration file. It can be required by the C option, and it can look like this. This passes some configurations to the document using add to config command, and you can, for example, use it to pass extra packages or fonts to the preamble using preamble extras, or there is the table for configuration of conversion of images, because on the Lua LaTeX doesn't support all image files, image types that are used on the web. So, for example, we need to convert SVG to PDF or PNG that can be used using LuaTeX, but you can also config directly using config table. But in this case, you should configure each option separately, because if you pass the table to document table, you would overwrite the default settings. So geometry can be used to change configuration for the geometry package. But you don't need it, because by the default it takes command line options. So this will overwrite command line option, and so you should use it only if you want to add some page size that is not supported out of the box. Then we have callbacks that can process the HTML file. One of them, the first one, preprocess content, takes string, and so you can use Lua string functions to modify the string. But the next two ones, preprocess DOM and postprocess DOM, can use Lua XML functions to modify DOM, which is something you most likely will want to do if there are some problems with the output. So the preprocess DOM is before we download images, so you can, for example, remove all images if you don't download them. And postprocess DOM is on the final DOM objects before we convert it to LaTeX. The callback can look like this. This example will serialize the DOM back to HTML, so you can use it for debugging to see what are you working for, because sometimes the script that removes stuff from the web pages removes also some stuff that you don't want to remove. So you can use this function to debug, and you always need to return the DOM objects back. Otherwise, you will just fail the conversion. And in this example, I will show how to remove some div element with class menu that let's say that it remained in the document and you don't want it to show in LaTeX. So we want to remove menu, and the Lua XML function that does it can look like this. The query selector function selects all elements that match CSS selector. So we had div class menu, so we can select it using dot menu, and it will select all menu document elements in the document, and we can then loop over it using pairs. It is Lua function to loop over array, and in this loop we get another object that is the current element, and we can use remove node function to remove this document, this element. So then there are some other useful functions for working with the DOM object. You can, for example, set elements, get attributes, values. You can get text that is in the element. For example, if you get text from the document, it will give you plain text of the whole document. There are many more functions in Lua XML for working with DOM. So I can advise you to read the documentation of Lua XML because there are a lot of examples for some practical stuff that you can do. The other library is for the transformation. So we have some functions. HTML process object is defined by Rmodepdf, and it already has rules for conversion of different HTML elements. So you can add new rules using add action. These actions also they get to sorry, I forgot the English name. But you pass CSS selector to select an element, and then a rule in a simple templating language that will convert the element using this rule. You can also use add custom action that will, where you can use, instead of a template, you can use a Lua function, which is really powerful, but also more complicated, and I will not show it here. And reset action is needed in this case because when the transform library mentions that when there are multiple rules for one element, the first one is used. So the reset action will remove all rules for the element, and you can then add a new one. This is useful, for example, if you want to add rule for a basic tag like img or stuff like that, because otherwise your rule will not be executed. And below it are the basics of the template language. So %s will insert content of the element. So it works a little bit like XSLT, like it's basically rewriting of XSLT in Lua that is easier to use for me. So S will this will transform all child elements of the given element, and it will insert transferred text at that point. And you can also insert attribute values using add syntax. Here is an example. So in this example, we remove default actions for figure and img elements, and we add new actions. So for img, we use include graphics. You can see that I use some non-centered max width option for include graphics that will ensure that the image is not larger than width of the page, and we use the src attribute of the img element using dot crc in brackets, and then we add some. And I don't use %s in this template because img element cannot have any children, so we don't have to define it, but we use it in configuration for figure, so it will insert contents of the figure elements after no indent. And how to show you how to use CSS selectors. When we find an element that has class foo and is child element of some element that is class sample, it will print hello and then contents of the elements. So here is an example. So we have image element inside figure, and then two paragraphs with with spans. You can see that both spans has class foo, but one of them will be matched and another one not, because only the first one is a child of the class sample. And you can also see that this is not valid XML because the P tags are not closed. Okay, so this is the result. So for figure we get just no indent, then include the graphics for the image, and for our span elements you can see that first one was matched, so we get hello, and another one is just text of this document because of this element, because there are no rules. So when there are no rules for any element, it just gets text without any formatting. Now just fast. You can change text templates for Rmodepdf using T option. It has three syntax features. One is to print variables. Another is to loop over arrays, where you can select a separator. And the last one is condition, so you can test if some variable use and exists, and if it exists, you can print it or print something else. So it's simple condition. Sorry, I'm just so fast, but we have just 5 minutes, so I need to be faster. So this is example template. You can see that this document languages contains all languages that were used in all HTML documents. So we can create string for Babel. Separator is column is Charka. Then use package document geometry will use settings for geometry. So you saw the document in the configuration file, and here are the extra packages, and now we loop over a pages array that contains all contents of all HTML documents. So you have and in here you get variables used in the pages. So you have document language, title, contents is LaTeX content that was converted by Rmodepdf, and we use separator clear page, so each document is on a separate page. So responsive design. This is important for the pages that should be displayed on mobile phone, tablets, and monitors. That each of them has different size, so you can define some rules how this page should be rendered based on some rules. Here is an example. This is our library page showed on the monitor, and this is how it looks on a cell phone. So you can see that we just removed image and moved the banner and used smaller font size. And I created a responsive package that use these ideas in LaTeX. So it can change font size to match the document size. So if you want, for example, to have like 60 characters on a page, and you have really small page, it will make just a small font, and it adjusts also like font commands like large and huge to match this change size, and it also changes spacing commands to match this size. So here's an example. In this example, we want to show just 25 characters on a line. So we call the set size command with 25, and you can see in the box that the font size is resized that it fits on the mini page that is 5 centimeters large. And here is example that uses the same width of the box and different number of characters. So it just uses changes the font size. There are some other options. I need to skip them, but you can also change line height and stuff like this. And here is the media query example. In this example, there will be different text colors. So by default, it will be green. But if you are on a screen and it is smaller than 600 pixels, the color will be blue. This is in cascadic style sheets, and I created a media query command that works in the same way in LaTeX. So you can have this media query command. We test text width. So if it's 4 centimeter large or smaller, it will use 45 characters. Otherwise, it will use 60 characters on the line. So it can be used in your packages. And the last one is the linebreaker package. It uses Lua callbacks in the line breaking stage, and when it detects that there is like overflow box, it will try to retypicate this paragraph again using larger tolerance and emergency stretch. And so here is an example on the left. You can see that there are some overflow lines, and linebreaker will prevent this. So this is an example, and it has some configuration values, and this is it. I think we need to finish. So thank you for your attention, and here on my webpage you can find the HTML handout, so you can read it slowly, and there are some additional comments that I had to skip. So thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot for this impressive talk, also proving the flexibility of Lua LaTeX to do things beyond just typesetting LaTeX documents. Any questions? Yeah.
Would it be feasible to call this recursively and to follow links to subdocuments and to create a PDF of a complete course, for instance, by following the menu? Or not?
Yeah, probably yes. I will need to make probably it is. Like I haven't tried it, but I don't think there is anything that would prevent you from that, because you can just process the DOM and collect links, and then I'm not sure if the functions that download pages are available in the config file, but I can add them, so it will be possible.
Okay, I have two questions from YouTube comments. One from Vitstarin Novotny. He says, nice talk. Question, if I want to use Lua XML to typeset HTML blocks in Markdown documents, are there the same default definitions for more complex HTML elements, such as tables or lists already predefined?
Yeah, they are predefined in Rmodepdf. But you can copy the definitions and use them with Lua XML as well. So you will need to wrap them, but it's quite easy to add new rules.
Thanks. And two questions from Clausian Ingenuity. How does linebreaker differ from microtype? And he says also set size is neat. I remember a similar macro from memoir and found super useful. So probably the second is a comment, but first is the question.
Yeah, it redefines the line breaking callback, and LuaTeX provides a tech line break function. So it calls this function with different values of tolerance and emergency stretch, and you can define. You can. It will tries like by default 30 times, and so it just increases these values until it finds that there is no longer the overflow box. So usually it's just a small amount, but sometimes if there are, for example, some HTML link, so some links that cannot be broken, you can get quite large spaces in the paragraph. But the good thing is that these changes are local to the paragraph, so it doesn't interfere in other paragraphs. And because in this case we have PDFs that has really small margins. So if there is like overflow line, you will just lose the text. So I think it's better to have large spaces in the paragraph than to just get rid of some word. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.